Dion, you were supposed to do our intro. You were supposed to do our intro song. We rehearsed this.
What?
We rehearsed
What
it.
are you talking about?
Don't try and you didn't look at the notes that I sent you, and now you're trying to play it. I get it. Fine. Welcome to the Battle Pod, the only podcast where we've had an intro that we've done every time, Dion. Every time we've done this intro in every single one of our podcasts, and you're just gonna pretend like we've never done it before.
Yep. It looks like I'm going to continue to do that thing because I have no idea what the heck you're talking about. But yes, welcome everybody back. Man, what episode is this? This is 5?
Oh, you looking at me like I know how to count.
I don't know how to count. Episode 5 of the Battle Podcast.
Unless it's episode 6, in which case it's episode 6.
I don't think it's 6. So you got me, your host, Dion Lunsford, and with me as always is your favorite, probably of the two hosts that we have, one Connor over here.
That's true. That's probably true.
Welcome you guys back. We just finished another tournament in our WWBC series, season 2, event number 2, which is our Blue Commanders Summit, using all the commanders that are blue. So you have Vulcan, Newburg, and Nandi that we were able to use in this one. But before we get to that, it's been a little bit, probably about like a month maybe, since we did our last pod. What's going on with you, Connor? Everything good?
Sometimes you just have to say that you're not fine, and you're not fine. You know, I'm doing good. I don't have any life updates for the viewers.
Well, I mean, not necessarily life updates, just in general, just how you're doing today, stuff like that. I'm doing pretty good. We do have a special guest here with us today. We've got Deja Lunsford here with us. That's my daughter. Over here, currently sleeping next to us as we speak. May or may not make her presence known, but if she does, you all will know.
We'll bring her on for commentary.
So, yeah. So nothing new besides this tournament that we just recently finished. And we'll go into the results here. What happened, Connor?
Well, I think, relatively speaking, they were about an even number. Maybe slightly in Newburg's favor, but slightly. I don't remember the numbers, but we had a pretty nice distribution between the three blue commanders. And in first place, we have the Newburg man himself, although one of the Newburg men and women. We'll figure it out. One of the Newburg players themselves, Sheridan, who came out in first, won up through winners, and just kept on going.
Yes, indeed, 7-0 record for Sheridan. Staying in winners, as Connor just said. To harp on that spread, we had 51 players, and we had 16 Nandis. 16 players chose to pick Nandi here. 15 players picked Vulcan, and then 20 players picked Newburg. So I would say that's pretty even. Obviously, we only had 3 viable characters, but considering that, I was pretty impressed. I was happy to see those numbers. We talked about our projections going into this in the last pod. Connor, how did you do personally in this event, and what were some of your thoughts, maybe into the tournament compared to how it turned out?
So going in, I played Vulcan, and it felt like Vulcan had an edge over Newburg, and probably not so much against Nandi. It basically kind of felt like this nice little triangle where Vulcan's got this nice little edge on Newburg. It's not like the McCready Lee edge, but it felt like a nice edge. And Newburg had that on Nandi, and Nandi had that on Vulcan. So it felt like this nice little triangle going in. And that's kind of how my run went. I only played the one Newburg, and the Nandis got me in the end.
I see.
But it doesn't look like that was quite the experience for everybody else, as we'll see. There were roughly the same amount of people, but there's going to be a lot of ends.
Yeah. So,
Here.
as we mentioned too, this format did consist of 2 base sets. So the core set with Colony Wars combined with bases and battleships, second year promos, Stellar Allies, Frontier promos, and the tech cards. So like one thing I also want to harp on here, as I asked you about your experience, did you find trouble in some of the cards that were in the format? Did you think that any cards in particular swayed games, or like just even not necessarily your games, but cards that could potentially you think maybe have swayed other people's games?
I mean, it kind of felt like a little bit of tug of war over bombs, and the bombs. It didn't really matter what they were as long as they were like expensive and good. Frontier promos has some. Colony Wars has the ones that come down immediately. In Plasma Event, it's close enough. It's not not a true bomb, I would say. But Emperor's Dreadnought for sure. Stuff from V, Brain World. Kind of felt like Nandi was running for him. Newburg was trying to keep them away from people. And Vulcan was trying to slowly ramp up to safely acquire a couple and then win.
Gotcha.
So, what about you?
Well, as far as my run, to answer my own question, initially, I got points. I had no points going in. I didn't get any postseason points. I didn't make top 16 in season 1, and I didn't do well in the postseason grinder. But I was able to come out with I think a 2-2 record, which in WWC is as solid as it comes, to be honest. Like, you try to break even. If you break even, you're usually going to get points. You can only afford 2 set losses before you're out anyway. I think you got a good chance of getting the minimum points if you don't go 0-2. Obviously, if you 0-2, you're probably not getting anything. What happened? I don't remember my first 2 opponents. I remember my losses, though. I played Deanna. I played Deanna in round 1. She chose to pick 90. Who I thought in testing was potentially, just like you said, I think you thought 90 was a little bit could slightly be unfavored for Vulcan. Is that what you said?
I said Nandi was in a better position against Vulcan.
In a better position than Newburg, yes. Yeah, so I was thinking that I had those same musings in our testing and my other games. So I beat her, and I felt pretty, felt good. And then I played Slavic in winners round 2, which I feel like was another Nandi. Yeah, and I beat that one as well. So I had like a little bit of an opposite effect from you there. And then I played top 32 in winners, played Ninja, who was on Newburg, in a game that was going pretty well. It was a good game. Like I said, I didn't go in expecting to win, but depending on how things go, you can come out a slight favorite in opening turns. And we went back and forth. But I found some tech cards, along with some of the bases and battleship cards, kind of swung a lot of the games. Construction Hauler didn't really come up in that game, but that was a card that you're always scared of, especially in this format, considering all the blue guys can access it. And just you can go well with it, but I think if there are certain tech cards that allow you to basically kind of imitate other commanders. So in our game, I thought I actually had the upper hand, however slightly, against Ninja, and then he pulled Processing, which was in the row for a fair bit, and I thought I wanted it. There was just some points in times where I just made other decisions, and right before the turn that I was decided I was going to grab it, he grabbed it, and then he turned into Newburg / Nandi for a minute, and that really helped him out to pull out in that game. So I would say the tech cards, I think everybody has a mutual agreement on which tech cards are decent, kind of good, and trash, but I think Processing is definitely one of the better ones, if not the best one. And that one really hurt me when he bought that. I felt it almost immediately, and I immediately, after his first top deck haul, I was like, I think I'm going to lose this game now. So that kind of sucked. And then I don't remember who I lost to in losers, but it might have been Yarboa. I guess we have the bracket here. Let's see. Would
Where are you?
would have been in Losers 24.
Way up here.
Oh, Bahamut. Okay, it was not Yerba. Yeah, Bahamut was on Newburg as well. I feel like that game didn't feel like I had a shot. I don't really remember how that one went. But all I know is all I remember was feeling that, holy crap, I finally got some points. I got a chance to really maybe make a deep run, being the last set of best of ones before the top 16 best of threes. And I was really excited to hopefully get past him and get to best of three play. But it was not meant to be for me. So I'll take my 30 points. We're two events in. Gotta claw up from somewhere. So that answers my questions on how I did and what I thought about the format. I thought the tech cards were key, which is what I've been striving to maybe do here. Is I think we'll find that, and maybe you as the audience will find, who are playing in WWBC, that I think tech's in almost every format, just to see how they go with commanders. I think that they have a place, and I think some of my games were indicative of that. So. But yeah, so back to the results here. So we did have Sheridan winning, as we said. First win in WWBC. He did come in toward the end of season 1. Not his first time experiencing success, though. He is revered as one of the better Newburg players in Discord and elsewhere. Usually people want to play testing games against the commander for others formats. They're usually reaching out to him. He did win the postseason grinder event, so he came out to start the season with a few points under his belt, and is only making that race better for him as he goes forward here. Let's see here, to make top 8. He beat.
Check.
Yeah, I guess you can see that.
Just look at the bracket.
Yeah.
So here's his run. So
There you go.
Jorol on Newburg, Darklighter on Nandi, One Careless on Newburg, Rollenpaw on Nandi, the Nout. The Nout? Is that how we pronounce it?
Let's go with that.
I'm going with Nout. And the Nout, if you're out there and if it's new, or you leave us a comment and you say, listen up, dummies. This is how it is.
Yeah, I know he's on Facebook. He's in the group there, Arnold. And I might be pronouncing his real name wrong there. So, but
You have 2 opportunities to call us dummies. That's not every day that you get that opportunity. So take it.
Yeah. So I was more so trying to look up. So when I make my top 8 posts, I like to post the road to get the top 8 for some of these players. If you have a bye or something, obviously you have a bit of an easier road to get to top 8 if you're higher seeded. So he did manage to make top 8. He was 4-0, 5-1 in games, and as we said, he did play two Newburgs, 2 Nandis, and then we saw his run here in the end against Penguin Army, who he played in 2 sets, which is pretty crazy. Showed him who's boss. What's that, 6-3?
Yep.
And how about the rest of the top 8?
We have
Penguin Army, the Lone Vulcan, right?
in top 8.
Top 8, yes, right. 2 in top 16.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I made top 16. Thank you. Wow. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Penguin Army. Oh my goodness. Back-to-back finals. That's not easy to do in this grindy tournament structure that we've created. With Vulcan, no less. There are some players who projected Vulcan to win this tournament. Connor. And Penguin Army was really close to making that a reality. And me, obviously being on Team Vulcan, I was raising the flag all event long, hoping for Vulcan to get there. This is relevant for Penguin Army because I think we were talking about the Swiss Penguin Army knife that he is. This was top 8, number 6 for him. So we've had, 10
Dang.
regular season WWDC tournaments. He has made top 8 in 6 of them. And we were talking about before, maybe around his 4th or 5th top 8. Well, I guess 5th would have been his last one. So about 4 top 8s, they were either with 3 out of 4 different commanders or 4 out of 4 different commanders. None of them were Vulcan. So if that is the case, he has made top 8 with minimum 4 different commanders, which is pretty insane. So congrats to PA on that one, first and second. Plus he was in top 16 finals last season. Definitely jumping up there. I think still obviously should be staying in the first seed and going into the season right now. Third place Ninjinin on Newburg at 5-2. Played Penguin Army in the losers finals. Penguin Army was able to take that down in a 3-2 set, which I did. I told him I wished I could see the set after he won, because I wasn't sure if he was going to win that, because Ninja seemed like he knew what was up. But the matchup seemed really close, and I don't know if you watched that video that you
did.
Yeah,
did.
Those were some crazy games, and if they're in the right order that they happened in, then Penguin Army reversed 3-0 Ninja, which is pretty nuts. That's tough to be in a position in best of 5 where you lose the first 2 games and you're just like, well, if I lose, it's over. And you just don't do that. So then it makes it the grand finals, where the grand finals was also a 3-2 set where he almost, or was that 3-1? I think it was 3-2. Yeah, it was 3-2. So he almost forced the second best of 5, and it was not to be. So congrats to Penguin Army for pushing Vulcan as far as he can push her. We got the Nout top 4. First top 8 WWDC. I believe this is his first season with us. So congrats to him there on the Newburg. Dusto, top 8 number 2, I believe, on Newburg. We got Juan Carlos on Newburg with yet another top 8. This is top 8 number 5 for Juan Carlos. Cisco Alvarez, another Newburg. You're hearing all this, right? 6-2. I always like to highlight the 6-2 guys. Like 5-2 is crazy, but 6-2 is usually indicative of players who are coming out of the lower bracket and making that grind and making that run. So literally not being able to afford any more losses and just going on those streaks. I always like to give props to them. So Cisco, I think he's got a winner in his belt. Top 8 number 3 for Cisco. Cory Bear, top 8 number 4. Still eluded of that victory, which I'm assuming he's going to get. There's recently been a post about him in other leagues and how people are just scared of this man right now just because of how he's tearing it up in Board Game Geek and SRPC and all this other stuff. So it's only eventual that he'll probably get a win, I would guess. And he did play Nandi though, so that was the only Nandi in top 8. That was fun to see. I think he was sad about his matchup against. Well, no, he beat you, right?
Yes.
You were sad about that.
I was sad about that because I left him at 2.
That was in top 16, right?
Yes. Yeah, we played in at top 16. Our first game was this really close back and forth, just nail biter of a game. I left him at 2, flipped out a colony seed ship, and he killed me that turn. And then we just had back-to-back games that were just complete one-sided blowouts, one way and then the other, which you hate to see. But I think there were also, I wouldn't be surprised that there were probably some of those somewhere in the mix.
Yeah.
Just sometimes Brain World's there, and I mean, I think occasionally Vulcan can start with 8, and if you start with 8 on Vulcan, you are pairing the 2 blues. And if you're starting with 8 on Vulcan and you're pairing 2 blues and you're buying Brain World, that's into your deck. It's tough to lose from there. It really is. I've seen it's happened to me, but it's sometimes the game just says, so this is how it's gonna go.
Gotcha. Yeah. I believe. Yeah. Connor posts most of his clips of his games on his YouTube channel, and I was able to see his set against Cory Bear where I think most of them were titled "Game Decided You Won." Game Decided
Yes,
Who Won.
yeah. The one game was like, oh yeah, this is a really good game, and then it just decided.
Yep. Let's see how the top 16 round up. Got to give shout outs to them. That's where the best of 3 starts. So these are the players who. This is the essential equivalent of, as I've mentioned before, I model these brackets in the tournament structure after fighting game tournaments. Fighting game tournaments are a bit bigger than these, but like there's a pool structure where you're trying to get out a pool before you get into the main bracket, and the best of ones are kind of simulative of that. So the players who make top 16 have earned their medal coming out of the best of ones, and now just earn their right to have best of 3 play going forward. So. Rounding out, we do have a few more 90s here. So we did have some 90s contending for top 8. We had ECM on 3-2, Rollenpa 2-2, Belush on Newburg, Patriarch on Newburg. We've got our second Vulcan, Connor, here with us. I was happy to see you get that win after I went out and saw you were catching up in the bracket. I was like, oh man, just it's up to you now.
I had the momentum.
Yes.
I lost the momentum.
Rip on Newburg, Mo Power on Newburg, and Bahamut on Newburg. I don't remember what that count was. How many Newburgs was that?
That's a lot of Newburgs.
That is a lot of Newburgs. Top 16. There we go. 11.
And we can hear our third host of the day has decided to weigh in on this Newburg epidemic. Now, she can't really say words, but we can read facial expressions. And all I can really say is that there's just a look of disappointment on her face. I'm not really sure what to make of that. I don't know if she's disappointed in Newburg or disappointed in Newburg players, or if maybe she's a child and doesn't understand the concept that we all play a deck building game on the internet. But I'm just here to report the facts.
Yes, thank you for that commentary, Connor. But yeah, so congrats to all the players. Congrats to top 16 and onwards. And then just to highlight, like once we get to the top 4 area, I do always like to harp on just the commitment that everybody has on playing in these tournaments. You know, like, I mean, it's pretty low I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. Like, it's not low investment as far as, unless you keep winning. Like, you can be done as soon as 2 games, and if you continue playing, you're kind of invested into playing a lot more games. So, like, for instance, like Penguin Army, he got second place with Vulcan. In this single tournament alone, he played 17 games. So, like, I always just applaud that kind of play. He went 12 and... I think he might play 29. He's either 12 and 7 or he's 12 and 9. But, yes, congrats to those players here. Anything to cap on the event? Or?
Yeah, let's take a look at the matchups real quick.
Sure.
Oh, yes. So, this is the matchup chart. And as you can see, we've got only so many commanders were able to be played this tournament, so it's all kind of localized to this section. So Nandi did okay against Vulcan, pretty much breaking even. And it kind of was a almost 66 almost percent 33% against Newburg. Newburg had a 2/3 kind of advantage over her. Vulcan, same thing. Also had a pretty similar win rate versus Newburg. And Newburg just took down the row. It's pretty simple and straightforward. We just so happen to have pretty much the exact amount of games. It was interesting. I'd love to play more because it was very different in my testing, but who's to say that I played against the best Newburgs as Vulcan, and I sure don't know how to play Nandi, so that one you can just right out of there.
Yeah, that's fair. I did see when you posted this. I didn't get a chance to actually look at it. So like, and maybe I'll keep it that way because I'm always surprised when we get to this point during the pod and you see the stat that I just see these. So yeah, I mean the only real takeaway from this is in 2 events, Newburg is just slapping everybody around. So just adding to his already really strong record for the season, anyways. Yeah, I think I was looking at what's that, 44 and 25. It's like a 64% win rate against those guys. So that's very, we don't speak of the other guy that kind of had those similar win rates.
Yeah, well, we don't speak of him for about 2 more minutes, if that.
Whatever could you be talking about, Kyle?
Yeah, sure. So let's talk about the next event.
What about the point structure so far?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should talk about the point structure so far. It was such a good transition. I just couldn't let it go.
No, I did feel bad about having to interrupt it. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, there's an order to these things.
So,
all right.
So, yeah. So, like I said, we did have Sheridan come out of the woodwork to get the dub in event 2. So things did get shaken up just a bit. Penguin Army still reigning supreme after this. I mean, back to back. I mean, first and a second, you got to assume that player is probably going to be in first place in the rankings. 11-2 record overall. Been trying to keep, this new thing, as we said earlier, to kind of keep track of the records of the commanders that players are playing as well. And that's also the fun in switching all these formats and like closing the metagame a little bit, just to see what decisions people make and to see their performance as well. So, I thought Sheridan, I just assumed 250 is just such an insane number that I just thought, oh, well, Sheridan's number 2. But I forgot other people did well as well. So like Ninja coming out of top 16, doing well in event 1, and then getting 3rd. He's at the number 2 seed at 330. On Carlos 325 and Sheridan at 320. So I mean, that's a 5 and 10 point difference from 2nd to 4th place. Don't forget about Alderman though, which between you and me, I think he's got to show us why Alderman in this next event. That's just me. Bork and Beans, Bahamut, Cory Bear. So the one thing I like to highlight is the new players who weren't in the top 16 of last season. We tried out giving points from from season 1 championship, from postseason grinder to the players, and there was obviously there's an outside worry that maybe players who are outside that 16 or 32 area who didn't get any points might not have a shot. Does not look to be the case so far. There have been some people already pushing up in the ranks. Like we did the top 16 right now, there would be a couple new members. So we got the Nout in at 155, Dusto at 14th place at 160, Patriarch at 160 as well. So this makes me feel better about my choice to do this. Give people the points and reward them for their success.
Also Belush and Bahamut.
So point structure is looking pretty good. Waiting for maybe a couple more events to really kind of distinguish things. Maybe start talking about that top 16 race, because don't forget, I mean, the championship will consist of the top 16 players. So that's always the goal here. And if we did it right now, Zen would be that cutoff. But I'm looking forward to getting the event, 6, 7, and 8, where we get to talk about that race and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Last season was pretty cutthroat, even though some of the higher ranks had accumulated quite a bit of points. And I think if we don't see that this time, it's just going to be an even bigger, closer race. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of who does what.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now. I'm going to find my way into the top 20 after event 3.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
How you doing, buddy? You feeling okay?
I've got 30 points.
Uh-huh.
I'm not even on the page right now.
Yeah, I noticed that. And you think you're gonna get on this page?
What? There are some players who aren't playing in the next event in there.
Mhm.
Plus, they all can just O2 booty.
Mm-hmm.
I mess around. What I gotta get? Like top 8.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, you could do it. It's theoretically possible.
Yeah.
Is it likely? No.
Wow. Wow. I literally have the same chance as everybody else. Literally.
Well, that's assuming that we don't look at past data.
Wow.
I'm not saying that as a slight against you so much as I am saying it as a, the top 16 people who played, like mostly Yokum are still here, right?
I forget everybody who played in the previous event and I have to get approved.
Fair enough. You know what? Anyone could win. I take it back. I've forgotten every single name. I don't recognize a single one of these. I don't know what could possibly happen in the next one, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Fine. I think that puts a nice little cap on there. You scroll down a little bit so it's come to the bottom ranks a little bit. Like you see me at 43. I think we have 55 current players. So I mean, anybody has a shot at any given event to get points. It's a slow grind. It's the first 2 events, but don't expect me to stay at 30 points all season. That's all I'm saying.
It would be really embarrassing if you stayed at exactly 30 points. And that would be difficult.
For 6 more tournaments?
That would be difficult.
I mean...
Because you're kind of like getting on here, which is like a little podcast where you say to the world, and the world isn't maybe that many people, but boy, that would be really embarrassing. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's probably not going to happen, right?
Well,
but it would be really embarrassing.
Well,
there's
no way you're going to take this soundbite and use it against me. And when we're talking about going into event 8, is there like I don't see you just
pulling out
a random
clipping
soundbite.
Mm-hmm.
So so it's still pretty close. It's anybody's race right now. These are just to show you guys the points. If you're watching, you can see yourself. It's also posted on the Facebook page and as well as Discord, so you can see where you're at. I think that's all we got for this. I think with all that being said, I think it's safe to go into event number 3, which is starting, if you're watching this today, as in Friday. It's Friday, right?
It's starting in the next 24 hours.
Fine. That's easier to say. I'm bad at words. So it starts in the next 24 hours at some point, in some time. It is the Oops All Yokum event.
Oops! How'd that happen? Somebody went to make the commander survey and only put Yokum as an option. And now, here we are, stuck playing a tournament of Yokums. What a hilarious caper we're in now, Dion.
Right? Connor did this, just so you guys know.
I certainly did not.
No, he definitely didn't. No, so I mean, this is it's a new wrinkle on things. I'm intending to do one of these every season. There'll be an Oops All somebody in season 3 at some point. We'll probably go into the order of popularity, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we do have the event locked up. We've had plenty of time for people to have a chance to sign in. So we've got 46 players. A couple players not playing. A couple players opting out for reasons, whether personal or Yokum hate, which is understandable. I would put myself in that category more of the times than not if I didn't need points. If I was in a top 16 category and didn't want to play in a all Yokum event, I would consider not playing.
That seems like a personal attack, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know that I don't even need any of these points. I will get there.
I didn't even know you weren't playing. I wasn't attacking you. I was just saying that hypothetically, in a world where I had more than 30 points and really hated the prospect of playing all Yokum mirrors, I would consider not playing. But I need points. I want to make top 16. I want to give myself the Discord WWBC finalist sticker tag to myself. I can't just give it to myself.
Yeah, pink. Neon pink. It's great.
Hey. So yeah, so this is what we have. Let's see what we have.
Well, yeah, we'll take a quick look at the bracket, and I will make my prediction as we go. But here we can see we've got Penguin Army, and this time around he'll actually be piloting Yoakum. So we'll really get to see.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
We'll really get to see if he can Swiss Penguin Army knife his way out of this predicament.
I mean, like, he is the number 1 seed, and he is one of the players that has a bye, so like a significantly, less difficult road to get the top 8. You just got to win 3 games, and then that third set will be best 2 out of 3. So there will be a bit of a roadblock there. He can do it. I like this bracket looks pretty cool at 46 players. Like I like the double elimination player bracket in general. But depending on how many players, the bracket always looks all kinds of wonky. There's like two clusters of like players who are in that kind of bye section in round 2 that have to play each other, as opposed to all the other players that have byes. And I thought that was pretty interesting to look at, like CJK Flyer, Slavic.
Right, and this time we're seeing CJK Flyer and Slavic both return to playing Yoakum. And this time around, we're going to see Cory Bear play Yoakum. Following that, we've got Cisco Alvarez on Yoakum. Sheridan, he's piloting Yoakum this time.
Is it bad?
Newburg.
I didn't realize what was happening until the third one.
And now he's playing Yoakum. Alderin on Yoakum. He's on the classic Yoakum train. Dusto taking a break from Newburg to play Yoakum. Ninji also back on Yoakum. He was a killer last season. Yarboa and Darklighter, 2 Yoakum killers, once again returning from last season. Bahamut, he's not playing McCready this time. I'm surprised he's playing Yoakum. Wow, Belush, now he's playing Yoakum. One Careless, back on Yoakum, and oh man, Zim. Now Zim's a big McCready fan. I think he played Newburg in the last event, but this time he's going on Yoakum. And then we got Bork and Beans, who has staunchly been in the anti-Yoakum crowd, is actually piloting Yoakum. What a shock. And Rollenpaw, once again, he's returning to Season 1 form by piloting Yoakum.
Season 1 form.
DG3 takes a Walsh break. I think he played Vulcan last time around, but this time he's switching it up. He's going to play Yoakum. D-Weil, we've seen a couple of different commanders, I think, from him, and he's on Yoakum. Bathoris playing Yoakum. Hypascus. Now, Hypascus usually plays Nandi.
He likes playing Yoakum.
We've seen him on a lot of Nandi this series, and this time around he'll be playing Yoakum. Royal Lance playing Yoakum. I think we've seen that once or twice at least. Joe Roll, who I think has played mostly McCready and Newburg, is playing Yoakum. Star Mark, who's played some Walsh but has taken quite a rise in playing Lee, has decided Lee's not good enough, I guess, and he's playing Yoakum. Then we've got some guy named Dion Lunsford playing Yoakum.
Oh wait, didn't Dion do something in the Commanders Thursday casual?
I don't know. I don't remember anybody from the last page. I don't remember any Star Realms results, so I don't know anything about him. Now we've got Seabus Ripper back on Yoakum once again. We also saw good effect. Storm Shield, one of the newer players. This time he'll be piloting Yoakum. Politis, I think he's played Yoakum before. Gianos, another. I think we've seen him a lot on Lee, but this time he'll be playing Yoakum. Raka, this time will be rocking Yoakum. Octochimp playing Yoakum. Wachawanek, we haven't seen him on Yoakum yet, but we will now. Mikawak, this time he's piloting Yoakum. Dre Money, this is his first time. This is a family of the show, not a friend of the show, but a family of the show, a family member.
He's not gonna do well.
Lowballing him here. Hey, but he's playing Yoakum, and I've heard Yoakum's really good. So, Markbot playing Yoakum. ECM back to playing Yoakum. Agent Seto on Yoakum. He's been so anti-Yoakum, but we see him on him anyways. Mo Power. I think
who's Deja playing?
Deja, who are you playing? Yoakum. Huh. Wow. Interesting. Mo Power on Yoakum. Kuntz once again returning to Yoakum from last season. Kazta on Yoakum. Josh Abram, this is his first time on Yoakum. Rip forsaking his boy Lee playing Yoakum. Paul Solomon once again on Yoakum. Deanna not playing McCready or Newburg like she usually does and is playing Yoakum. And we've got Ken Fusion on Yoakum. So a lot of Yoakum this time. Seems to be kind of like everybody wants to play Yoakum. So.
Yeah, I noticed there was some names not on the list. You know,
What?
like Connor.
Who's that? I don't know. I don't know who that is.
So yeah, so you can confess to us. What's up? Why don't you want to play the Yoakum party? You don't want any Yoakums in your cereal? What's going on?
Well, there's a few reasons. Number one, I hate Yoakum. I hate playing as Yoakum. I hate playing against Yoakum. I'll do it on Lee though, just because it's fun. Because I can't get enough of punching up. But you know, this season, since Yoakum's not really as much of an option, in order for me to really establish myself as one of the people who does things without Yoakum, I decided I can't participate in this event because I don't need the points for the Yoakum event. I don't need to play Yoakum. I don't need the points for the Yoakum event. I'm still gonna kick everybody's butt and find my way into top 16. I'm coming for you.
All right. So if you don't make top 16,
What do you mean? What if I don't? I'm making top 16.
all right, we'll revisit this.
You can cut that audio clip. Fight me.
All right, so that's the tournament. We are all set, unlike the last one where signups were still going on. So we can do what we like to do here and do our fantasy bracket. I have already done mine. We can only do one of ours live, so I'll kind of do his. And once he fills his out, we'll compare his top 4 to mine and see how they compare.
All right. Now, in the interest of time, we can't spend too much time on every single one of these. So we pick DG3 Common Tournament winner here. Going to pick Hypascus because he's kind of removed his limiters by playing Yoakum.
He took off the Lee weights.
The limiter. the Lee weights?
Took the weights up.
Yeah, like Piccolo. He took off the weights, and now there's an even commander playing field. Royal Lance, I think, has more Yoakum experience. Right? That's a tough one.
That's close. Like, isn't Star Mark one of your closest friends ever? And then, like, Dion is just some bozo from, I don't know, who knows where.
Yeah, no, Star Mark and I mean, we go way back. I used to fly out to...
You don't even know. I don't know.
I'm pausing for dramatic effect.
Are you? Okay. I thought you were actually trying to think.
You know what? Just for that, you don't even deserve to know where he's from. He and I used to hang out. We used to go to play at events together. It was a grand old time. So,
who are you picking?
Well, I gotta pick my friend Star Mark. Gotta give it to your homies. Seabus Ripper versus Storm Shield. I've seen too much Seabus Ripper on Yoakum. Though I'd love to see Storm Shield's new. I'd love to see him kick. I love seeing the underdog. Oh
yeah, it's very fun to see like 40, whatever seeds make top 8 and like go make deep runs.
Gonna blame this one on the Politis.
Congratulations on a recent wedding, by the way, if you're listening. I know he got married shortly after Origins.
Nice. Give this one to Raka.
Or actually, I lied. I don't think he got married yet. I think he's getting married before Gen Con. Either way, happy marriage.
Let's go with Mikuak. I don't know. Gonna go with Markbot over Drain Money.
I thought you were gonna go against me when I said that he wasn't gonna do well, and just give him the benefit of the doubt.
What? Yeah. He's not gonna do well.
Don't do it. Hey, we have not played any friendlies
This
yet.
is a special treat for you listeners. You want the inside scoop? Bet on Markbot. Bet on Markbot. You want that little extra edge. You don't maybe know who too many people are? Bet on Markbot. Ooh, Adam versus Ian.
Yeah.
Two of our boys. Honestly, I'm going to give Adam's got the more Yoakum experience. I'm going to give it to him.
You sure? I mean, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, Ian's got way more Star Realms experience.
But I mean, yeah, we know. I guess you would know personally. Doesn't Adam give you the hands all the time?
What? No.
No.
No, I got the stats to prove that he doesn't give me the hands all the time.
Okay.
Can't say that about Ian, though. Don't think I have a positive win rate there. But look, sometimes you got to pick the underdog.
Of course.
Mo Power and Coons.
Coons, if you're listening, because I guess I don't think you have Discord presence anymore. You did win the fantasy bracket for event 2.
Nice.
So congrats to him on that. I don't think there's any real way to reach him currently since he hasn't really been on Discord. But if/when we post that event, make sure you sign in for that because I have no other way to reach you. All right. So you're picking him?
Yeah, sure. We'll go Costan over Josh. Paul Solomon versus Rip. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
boy.
I looked at these when I locked it. And I was like, I was kind of going to pick these.
I don't know. Man. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta pick. Confusion versus Deanna. It's a tough one. I don't think I've ever seen Deanna play Yoakum.
Deanna can play anybody. She just hates commanders. She annoys me with that.
That's fair. I'll give it to Confusion. You gotta look. If you want to win, the secret to winning the fantasy bracket is sometimes you just gotta bet on the underdogs a couple of times.
Yep.
Like you just gotta do it. DG3 versus Penguin Army. Two players that I know are good that I've never seen play Yoakum. I played one game against DG3 on Yoakum, so I have no idea.
I played a few friendlies with Penguin Army before. I think I still have a game out now. I don't know where I would go either. Because I don't consider myself a good Yoakum player by any means. I've had pretty good practice against some of the people I've been playing in friendlies, except for against Alderin. Alderin literally kicks my ass every game. So what I do now is I play him, and I study the replay to see what he does. So
big brain.
Yeah, who you got? Does the 1 seed fall here?
Nah,
give somebody else a chance to get big points?
Nah, I'm gonna give it to PA. But I don't think I think this is a tough one.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, two very conditioned Yoakum players.
And I think whoever I end up beating here, I will put over PA. So I'll give it to CJK. Cory Bear versus Hypascus. Oh, Titans.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a 50-50, honestly. Obviously, Cory Bear is amazing. I've seen some of Hypascus' games, and because I think he's in the Platinum Division in BGG, and he has had to play some Commander games because some people play that, and obviously, I think everybody plays Yoakum up at the top because you're trying to win. So, I know he's got experience.
Cisco versus Royal Lance, another tough one. Saw Cisco in the top 16, I guess. We'll give it there. Sheridan versus Starmark, two stellar players on commanders they don't normally play.
Right? Yeah, I have played a few games against Sheridan. I think I still have a game a friendly practice game against him going to. So he's working to trying to figure out what about this format and how to play Jay.
You know, I'm just going to give it to my best friend, Starmark. Yeah. You know, we used to live together? Fun fact. The Nout and Seabus Ripper. Man, the Nout did make a stellar entrance. This is a tough one to gauge. When I'm in these positions, and this may not be correct, you know what? No, I changed my mind. We're going to do it. You could look at it as the underdog pick. I'll do it again. Alderin. Sorry, Politis, but your opponent was Alderin.
Yeah. Yes.
Dusto and Raka. This is a tough one. Dusto.
Ooh.
Sometimes this is just a 50-50. He's got less experience, but who knows. Ninji versus Mikawak. Probably going to give this one to Ninji. Darklighter versus Yarboa. This is a tough one.
Yeah, look at that range. 15, 18T, basically, top 16 buying. Two players who also played, Yoakum every chance they got last season.
Yeah, I'll give it to Darklighter. Bahamut and Markbot. I have no idea. I have no idea what potential they have on Yoakum. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I just watched him flip a coin, and he picked Markbot.
Belush versus ECM. Alright, Adam, impress me. I'll give you one more. One Careless versus Coons. I think I'll go one Careless here. Zim versus Kaztown. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
We'll give it to Kaztown. Paul Solomon versus Pork and Beans.
Really not getting easier.
It doesn't. Nope. Rollin Paw versus Confusion. We'll give to Rollin Paw. We'll just work back up from here. This is another potentially close one, but Rollin Paw's got the experience. I think one Careless's experience will also benefit him here. I really don't want to give Adam another win. I'm a little salty after you kicked me out round one last time. Just for that, I gotta knock you down once.
We gotta make sure Adam's listening to our pods.
Ninja versus Darklighter. Jesus, it's another close one. I'm gonna go Ninja, but this could go either way. And we are not in top 16 yet.
No, yeah, we are playing
Best
the top
of
16.
one.
Yep.
That's the Alderin button. Another close one. I'm gonna give it to Starmark, I guess. Oh boy. Well, I did say I would do CJK here. I'm gonna give it to Cisco in the Cory Bear matchup.
Now we're in best 2 out of 3.
Lord. I have no idea. I can't possibly predict this stuff. Sometimes you just gotta guess. Well, this is less of a guess. Ninja and Markbot. All right. We're just going with the season 1 rankings. We're just going with. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What do you know? Alderin versus Rollenpaw. Oh my goodness!
The
How did that
seeds
happen?
are different, but the story is the same.
Oh, how did that happen? Alderin to win. Oh my God! How did that happen?
Alright, so
Can't believe it.
before you submit that, let's see your top 4 again. So that's basically just like the last 4.
So my top 4 are Ninja, Rollenpaw, Cisco Alvarez, and Alderin.
Cisco, Alderin, Rollenpaw, and who else? Oh,
Ninja. Okay. That's what I got. DJ, you think that's good? Blink twice for yes. That's a no. Wow. Well, let's see. You submitted some fantasy bracket, you baby. You literal baby. You do it. Let's see you do it.
So I gave some people some shots here. So I got Cebus, Zim, Hypascus, and Ninja.
Okay. Well, We'll see what happens.
Yes, we will.
And now it's time to round us out.
With the best segment. The part that everyone's been waiting for who listened to the last pod.
Guess, what is it called?
Guess that flavor text.
Guess the flavor text. So this week I'll start us off.
Okay.
Dion. Here it is. Supply and protect.
Oh, God.
Station invocation.
Well, I'm not getting full marks for this one.
Right, so it's 3 points if you get it, and 1 less for each hint. You get the hints of which set it's from, and then the cost of the card is, I believe, what we did last time. So, I believe our did we allow guesses, or did we say you have to just get it?
I think we said yeah, just get it.
Okay.
Like because we both just got 1 point the last time, right? Yeah.
You open up that card gallery? Can't open up that card gallery.
Yeah, I literally was, but it wasn't the cheat. It was for mine.
Yeah, you were gonna look at yours. I know. That's what I did last week.
No, you literally tried to see it. Look at yours up.
Look.
Okay, yeah. So the first hint was what? The set.
Set.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that set.
You want set first.
Yep.
This is from.
Not even gonna waste your guys' time trying to act like I think I might know.
This is from Colony Wars.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then read it to me again.
Supply and protect. Station invocation.
Station indication.
Invocation.
Invocation.
Yes, it is in quotes. Supply and protect. Attributed to hyphen station invocation. I know. You've still got 1 hint left.
Buddy. Yeah, no. What's the cost?
It is a 6-cost card.
That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking of a 3-cost card.
So it is a 6-cost Colony Wars card.
That's actually very limiting.
That is supply and protect. Station invocation.
Colony Wars.
There's only so many it can be.
I know.
And I mean, based on just the flavor text, do you think it's a ship or a base?
I think it's a base.
You think it's a base. You think it's a 6-cost base from Colony Wars.
I'm actually having obviously we admit that it's I admit that it's limiting, but I'm having trouble remembering the cards.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's Plasma Event,
Right? I'll give you a pseudo hint. A pseudo hint about the set Colony Wars is that there are 5 6-cost cards, and there is a card of each color in those 5. So one of them repeats, but yes, all factions are on the board based on the information that you have.
There's too many cards. Shoot. I'm not trying to have dead air. I'm really trying to come up with a guess, but I'm literally drawing a blank of the 6 costs.
You want to walk through what do you think is a blue one? Let's just go by each of the colors. A blue 6-cost Colony Wars card.
Like the 5 is the Siege ship.
Right.
But like, I feel like
I'm going to give you another freebie. I'm going to give you another freebie.
Because I'm trying to think.
There's 5 6-cost cards. One of them is Peacekeeper, which I know that you know. I know that you know.
I did know that, but like, shit.
The other 4 are bases in each color.
Dude, I feel like I would deserve half a point if I get this. But
one of those has the flavor text that I've just said.
no. Is it Frontier Station?
That is correct.
Whoa!
I invented this entire thing to get you to guess Supply Depot. That was my goal. Supply and Protect. You would think it would be Supply Depot, but it's not. It's Frontier Station, which is not in Frontiers. It's in Colony Wars.
So like, you heard the no before I said it, because I was like, no. Because I was like, oh, it's Frontier Station. It's Frontiers. Like, wait, no.
No, it's not.
That's not true. Frontier Station. Oh my gosh. And then there's like,
So yeah, it's Federation Shipyard.
So I thought that was in Frontiers.
Dion.
I guessed that was gonna be one of my guess, but like literally I set that aside. I was like, no, that's in Frontiers for some reason. So like, if you think of that way, if that's not it, then what the heck am I imaging in the spot in Colony Wars? I got nothing. So it's just like, and for some reason I thought Supply Depot was a 5. I wouldn't have guessed that. So that's a 6 cost.
Supply Depot at 5 would be busted.
Agreed.
There you go. Hopefully, viewers at home.
So what were they? The base
Federation Shipyard, Frontier Station, Supply Depot, and Plasma Vent.
Oh, Plasma Vent, right. Well,
all right. Well, there's your suffering, and now it's probably time for mine.
Well, see, Connor was smart and looked this up before we started the pod. This is fun for me at home too because Deanna participates, and she's actually been studying. So
you mean cheating? Studying is cheating. You got to figure it out based on nothing. That's
so I mean, well, all right. So I will say she guessed it, the one that you gave me, the Commander's yellow ship, before anything. So like, okay.
Dion is looking through his phone. Now, DJ's helping him, so it's a little bit unfair, but I will allow it. I think he needs all the help he can get.
All right, I got one. War should always be a last resort. It's bad for the bottom line.
Okay. War should always be a last resort. It's bad for the bottom line. Well, I know it's not Warkite. So let's just take that one, crumple it up, and throw it out. Trash it, so to speak. Destroy target base. War is bad for the bottom line. I think I can do this one, though. So, I don't think I can do it off the rip. I think there's too many things that are up in the air. But I will...
I don't want to interrupt your thought process. I just want to make sure that you're not using the same thought process that you did last time. Because that was the funniest shit ever. We played the pod back for Deanna. Hey, remember how this went?
Yes,
I read it to you, and you were like,
"It's not
all right."
rain.
Okay, so you know. All right. Sorry, continue. I will not speak.
So my first comment is that I think it could be bad for the bottom line, to me, implies that it's a trade federation plus shit. And by that I mean it's at least blue. Could also be green, but I don't know if some of the blue-green cards or something have that. So, I want to say it might provide both combat and trade, but I'm looking at Trade Federation. That's what... I don't think any of the other factions would be like, oh, it's bad from the bottom line. I don't think the blobs really care about money. I don't think the mechs really care about money either. Empire might. So give me that set.
Core set. The base sets.
Shit. Alright. What does it say again? Read it back to me.
War should always be a last resort. It's bad for the bottom line.
Bad for the bottom line. War is a...
You can't tell him, Deja. He's thinking.
Wait. Okay. So I don't think it's Federation Scout or whatever the 1 cost is. 2 cost is Cutter. Don't think it's that. Don't even think Cutter has flavor text. Don't think that would be it if it was. Well, maybe it is. 3 cost. 3 cost, blue. Is Trading Post. Ooh, that could be it. And Barter World is 4. 5 is Trade Escort. I don't think it's Trade Escort. 6. I don't think there is a 6.
1. I'm surprised you know all these cards considering that you hate playing the base set.
That's true.
2. There is absolutely a blue 6.
A blue 6. Oh, well, oh, yes, there's the base. Whatchamacallit. I don't know what it's called, but I know what it is. It's 3, and then you scrap it to destroy target base, draw a card. I don't know what that's called.
Oh, right. Port of Call.
Port of Call.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that because that could have been a clue, but it's not. Yes.
Port of Call. There's Port of Call. Is there another? Huh. 7 is Central Station. Central Office. That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one either. And then there's Command Ship. Man, that would be so good if it was Command Ship. I feel like if I ask for what cost it is, I'm just gonna get it immediately. Or be humiliated again. Which is more entertaining? Like, going for
2 points or
going for 2 points and or I kind of want to get the hint, and then if it's not a blue card, then I look super dumb, and that's hilarious. I kind of feel like I should do that. But I also want to beat you.
Well, we're keeping track. We have more podcasts to come.
Yes.
Yes, if you get this right, you will have a 3-2 lead. But I mean, how long is that gonna last, really?
As long as I keep doing it beforehand. I'm missing a blue card. That's what's bothering me. I'm missing a blue card. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm missing a blue card. Like,
She's like, Connor, you're dumb. Just guess it.
all right. We're going big or we're going home. I'm going to guess Central Office.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is incorrect.
Oof. All right. Well,
And you're
before
gonna,
you reveal,
and you're gonna hate yourself.
I'm gonna hate myself.
Yes.
All right. Give me the cost. I don't get the points, but
5, 3.
oh, it's Trading Post.
Oh my god.
No.
You forgot 2 blue cards.
What?
2 of them. You couldn't guess the 6. The 6 is flagship.
Oh, yeah.
The other
I felt
3
like I was
card
missing
is the
a ship.
card that you dub Blank Exodia.
No, it's not Embassy Yacht.
It's Embassy Yacht.
You son of a bitch!
And I did that on purpose.
No! No! That's Embassy Yacht's card text. Even if I could have got the cost, I would have said Trading Post and I wouldn't have had a second thought about it.
I'm showing them now, folks.
I have a big meme about Embassy Yacht because it's such a win more card. I'm such a fool. I'm such a fool. Only you know that, like, yeah, I'm going to get Connor with one of the cards that he damn well should know. He damn well should know.
Yep.
That's bad for my bottom line in this point race, in
Yep.
this competition.
Sure. Hey, if nothing else, I respect the risk. I take risks all the time. That's why I lose some of these WWPC games.
I would have lost if I didn't take the risk. I would have guessed Trading Post and not even batted it
right.
right.
Yeah, took it home. I agree. I get
Because
it.
that was the other one that stuck. Like Trading Post. Oh, that sounds like it could be Trading
like,
Post.
to be fair too, you said so like the blue cards, it just fits, right? Just like you said, like Central Office, Trading Post, Trading Post. Yeah, you like as you said that. Even if I didn't already know the true answer, I was like, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Trading Post could say that.
Deja, I'm just as upset as you are, frankly.
They're just like, I had this. Dad was covering my mouth with this binky the whole time. I was trying to tell you.
Her first words are going to be Embassy.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I hope you viewers at home did better than us. Let us know how you did. Post in the comments.
Post in the comments.
Call us a dummy
Hit
if
us
we
up on
mispronounced your
Discord. We're still looking for. I mean, I think we got a pretty good thing going with our current guest structures. But if you guys have any ideas on other things that we could do as far as hints, definitely give them to us. But I'm having a lot of fun doing this already.
It's a good reward for making it to the end of the show.
Yes, for sure. So I think that's a good cap on us here. We'll be starting Event 3, as we said, sometime in the next 24 hours. Got a whole bunch of other tournaments going on that I'm sure if you guys are listening or watching that you may also be competing in. So good luck in all of your Star Realms endeavors. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.